group of women pose seductively, hands on hips, mouths stretched into toothy smiles. Their sequined bustiers and miniskirts glisten as the 2-foot-tall feathers on their headdresses shift lightly in the breeze. They'd be at home on the Las Vegas Strip, but instead they are inmates in Buen Pastor Prison in Bogotá, Colombia. And for a brief few days in late September, rather than languishing in their cells, they are competing in a prison-wide beauty pageant, replete with dance numbers, interview questions, and evening gowns. Playwright José Rivera gives voice to these women in his new play, Another Word for Beauty. Working closely with director Steve Cosson and the New York-based theater company The Civilians, Rivera traveled to Colombia to view the pageant and interview contestants, other inmates, and prison officials. The result is a play with music, fictionalized but based on true events, that chronicles both the pageant itself and the circumstances that led to the women's incarceration. Buen Pastor is a bleak, imposing prison that houses female offenders of many different crimes. Some have been involved in Colombia's various political conflicts. Many more are drug traffickers. Others have spent their lives on the street and have committed robbery or assault. Buen Pastor was designed to accommodate 1,250 inmates, but it often holds more than 2,000. They live in overcrowded cells, struggling to maintain health and sanitation despite the conditions. Some cells lack access to water, and the women must haul it upstairs in buckets. They have little access to exercise or educational opportunities, and often go without basic health care. A single psychotherapist serves the entire prison, leaving the troubled women to their own devices, with many mental illnesses going untreated. Buen Pastor, then, might seem an unlikely location for a beauty pageant, but the broader culture of Colombia places a high value on these glitzy events, and many young girls dream of winning. While the prisoners would doubtless prefer to compete in pageants outside of prison walls, most were born into circumstances, poverty and abuse, that don't lead to the stage of the Miss Colombia pageant. The Buen Pastor pageant provides inmates with a chance to fulfill their girlhood dreams, albeit on a makeshift stage in a prison, competing against other criminals. The women work together to fashion floats and murals out of scrounged materials. They rehearse dance numbers, they put on a grand parade, past winners coach current contestants, all the women gather to cheer each other on. Each contestant rallies the support of her patio or cell block, hoping their cheers will help her sail to victory. At the end, one woman wins, gaining the admiration and copious applause of all her fellow inmates. But when the clapping stops and she removes her makeup, her glory ends. She returns to her drab cell to fight over soap and fall asleep on a dirty mattress. Those moments in the limelight, then, might mean more to her than they would to Miss Colombia, whose glamorous reign lasts an entire year. Playwright José Rivera and director Steve Cosson aim to bring these women to life, complete with their flaws and failures, but also their humanity and possibility. Come see Another Word for Beauty, beginning the Albert Theater on January 16th.